Hey everybody, it's Random Zelda Fan, and after a couple months, I finally got around to fixing my waste oil burner, which is this contraption right here. Yeah, I know it looks jury-rigged. That's because it is. It's not the safest thing, but it's probably the safest thing I've ever made so far. And the way it works is you got the air line that goes down to an air compressor. Got it set at around 20 on the adjustable knob for the air pressure. And I've got a ball valve here so I can open the fuel line, which is this thing that says, fuel hose here. Comes all the way around to this little itty bitty glass jar full of, where is it? This torch fuel. Found it downstairs. As you can see, it's completely covered in frickin' dust. Asked my parents about it. They said it's been there about 20 years. So I thought I'd put it to good use. Got a thing of water in case crap goes bad. But you don't pour water on an oil fire. That's more like in case I catch fire. This is rendered animal fat. I'm going to try it out. This is my main fuel. You got to use this to heat it up though, so yeah. Let's see how this works. I'm going to turn on the air compressor. You probably won't be able to hear me no matter what I do. And, work table, usual. Hasn't caught fire yet. That's good. I'm going to shut on the air compressor and show you how it works. Crap. There we are. Hard to light with one hand. As you can see, that's a pretty nice flame. Looks like it's going into the back of it. Oh, hold up. It's running out of fuel. Oh! And view from the inside. Shit. And the table's on fire. Well, the aftermath of that, some bad things happened. The water helped out. What happened was, let me see if I can climb around here without slipping and falling again. I had there was grass all over here, right there behind my work table. As you can see, it's all gone. Actually, that grass missing is from the what's in here? This thing. You remember this thing? Anyway, all this caught fire. It was horrible. I realized something. This actually shoots out too much fluid, and when it does, it pools in the bottom. It's not hot. It's a little bit hot. Actually pools in the bottom and shoots out here onto my table, which then leaked down onto the ground. And when this caught fire, as it dripped, the droplet with fire in it landed down here, caught this whole place on fire. Went horrible, but you know what? I fixed it. As long as I didn't die and no one else got hurt, doesn't really matter. I'll consider that a win. So that was the waste oil burner. I'm not going to mess with it anymore today after that near-death experience. I'm going to tinker with it maybe. Take it apart, clean it again. It's still kind of dirty. As you can see, there's a bit of oil on it. And I'll try the rendered animal fat later. But I've used this in it before and it worked pretty good. What this is basically is all that cooking grease, like from bacon, everything like that. You take it and I run it through a coffee filter. What happens is it becomes a bit clean. Get all those little gritty pieces out. You can still see a few on the bottom. I haven't run this through the coffee filter yet. This is just for testing purposes. And what happens is it sucks it up into the tube, comes out sucks it up into the tube, comes out the front of it, and it separates the particles so they're easier to light on fire. And you're probably wondering, what purpose does this serve? Except for, having fun with it, setting shit on fire. The only thing I can... Yeah. Sorry, somebody needed me for something now. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. You're probably wondering what purpose this thing serves besides, setting shit on fire. And what purpose it serves is... I have this here, it goes through, starts a fire. And I used to use this chair's in the way, hold up. This, which was, as you can see here, there, these are fire brick. They would stand about 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which I haven't had a melt on me yet. That thing right there is copper. I'm using my knife as a pointer. That thing there is copper. I haven't taken it apart yet from TV. And got a grill on the bottom. As you can see, it's steel, grill from a grill. See right there, it's starting to melt. I gotta find something else to put there to keep the ashes from piling up and messing up my forge. But I forged a couple things with it. Like a couple fire steels. I forged freaking 6 of them, and 5 of them melted right in the final process after I had spent about an hour and a half making a hole on the damn thing. But I got it fixed. But my main purpose for this thing, there's a compressor, older than Jesus. My main purpose for this thing here, that thing there, is melting aluminum and copper and iron, because waste oil, this stuff here, right there, burns at a very high rate, high temperature. So seeing as I can get it for free from like a burger place, something like that, I figured might as well utilize this stuff, see what I can do out of it. And then, I melt down aluminum cans and I can make things out of it. At the moment, all I've made is ingots. I need to set up I've been stockpiling ingots. I need to set up a thing where I can actually cast aluminum. I've been looking at it, how to make my own green sand, which is the stuff you put in there to, what's it called? Put in there to hold it in place so, your cast doesn't jack up, but haven't gotten around to it yet. Let me cram back over this thing. This, however, was my original forge. It's a piece of chimney pipe. I cut out this part here with a grinder, and it had an interior metal piece, and now all this insulation and crap is falling apart on it. Just wipe off my knife real quick. All this insulation crap's falling apart on it, so it's become useless. And I don't know what to do with the thing, so I switched to the fire brick, which is I've used primarily for my forge. So this thing's gonna be junked right there. That's just the metal pan. I've been using that galvanized steel pipe. But anyway, yeah, I know it's trashy and everything right here. It's my workstation. Doesn't really matter for me. But what I've been doing that I really want to get started again was melting the aluminum, which is, milk cans like that and that. Though those are my working for those. And I bought the fire brick, which is this stuff here. And I find it really difficult to make a forge out of it. Not a forge, a foundry out of it, which is what you melt aluminum in and other metals. And I couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. Was not working. Because I didn't buy enough to actually build it up. So I either buy more fire brick, and I can use it for my forge and my foundry, or I buy refractory, which I can cast into a shape. Now, and that brings up another problem if you're looking to do this stuff, just in case you are, after doing it for a while. What you're going to need, sorry, grab these, is I know I have one somewhere, is a, what the hell is it called? Not a canister, what the hell was it called? Sorry, I'm covering up the screen here for a second so I can go grab something. You're gonna need a, what the hell was it called? Something that holds molten metal. It's called, what the hell holds molten metal? I forgot the name of it. I know the names and the terminology for other things, like lifting shank. Crucible, that was it. You're gonna need a crucible. And what I used is, I need to buy a new crucible. As you can see, this one, you can see the little rust parts falling off it. What this was an old propane tank. And completely falling apart now after three or four melts, and as you can see, still got some aluminum that I was melting down that solidified in there, completely stuck in there now, trapped, until I melt again, or I might just cut this open to get it out, because that's like 5 or 6 pounds of aluminum. And this was a one of those 1 pound or 5 pound propane tanks, I forget which. But the reason that aluminum is not completely melted is because this thing, and I'm using the tongs now, I guess, completely crapped out on me while I was melting, so I just finally got around to it and fixed it. I think what the problem was this fuel line here sucked up some solids, and it got jammed in the internals. So I think that's what happened. So I just took it apart and ran some water through the fuel line there, and completely washed it out. That should fix the problem. As you see, it kind of did, because it set all this shit on fire. And of course, an airplane, screw you too. Got it fixed. It's working again, which is fan-frickin-tastic. And I might try to integrate this into a forge as well as a foundry, like, so I can switch it in between the two. So maybe have my forge, which is that right there, and my foundry, which was that right there, be the same item. I'm unsure. If I choose to, that'd be pretty easy, because I could just build some blocks around that. It cost me about $50 for all that fire brick. Buy maybe $100 worth and create my own little foundry again. Buy a crucible for around $60, you know. I'm not going to trust myself to make my own. That's some serious crap right there. And just maybe fix this thing up a little bit, because as you can see here on this, this is cracked right there, which doesn't hurt the performance at all yet. Oh, speaking about this is something I bought earlier. Just thought I'd show it off, seeing as I've been using it as a pointer for a while. Guess this will be a little mini review for it. It's a OTF, which stands for out the front knife, which are now legal where I live. Pretty cool, fun, comes out really fast, goes back in really well. And it's made by, let me see if I can get that to show up, Lightning. And it's freaking awesome, sharp. As you can see, just sticks right in the table. And clean that off. Yeah, and it's got a really cool feature. People are always afraid of these things. Is it going to go off in your pocket? Nah. It takes a lot of pressure. Like, once you get up to here, it takes a lot of pressure to push that forward, let alone get it up there. And even if it does go off in your pocket, it has this little feature where if it hits something as it's coming out, it completely stops, as you can see. Completely stops. And here, let me show you. Rolls about free on the rails. Kind of hard with one hand. I maybe need a tripod or something. Rolls about free on the rails until you pull it all the way out again and yank really hard. Really nice knife. Love the frickin' thing. Anyway, this video's running a bit long. I've been rambling. So maybe you'll see this in a future project when I finally fix a son of a bitch up and make something out of it. Because I've got freaking gallons of this crap downstairs that I haven't been able to use for months. And then if any of you guys want to try this, I mean, it's really easy. I bought this from a dude a while back, and it came with just the internals, which was some stuff I couldn't make at the time because I couldn't weld, and I still don't have a drill press, but you know, I might buy one of those later. But anyway, and all you need to buy for it is, it comes with this as well, this air pressure module here. But all you need to do is buy the quick release. It comes with the ball valve. You'll need to buy a connector for it, hose clamp, and a fuel line. This fuel line right here. That's about it. You just connect it to your compressor, run the fuel line up, and it pushes air through and carries the fuel with it, and works really well. Gets really hot and melts aluminum about 10-15 minutes. Gets up to about, what is it? I think it was 3,000 degrees last time I checked, but not the melting point of aluminum, but how hot this thing gets. Which is hot enough to melt iron, I believe. I'm going to try it anyway. Maybe make some cast iron pots and pans, but what the hell was that? Anyway, yeah, I'm rambling again. And you can use anything for fuel, anything flammable. Like I said, tiki torch fuel there. Let me get my pointer so it's easier. Tiki Torch fuel there. My animal fat, I use some isopropyl alcohol again. Waste oil from an engine, and I tried turpentine. It works all right, but it throws so much freaking smoke. And you can use denatured alcohol, which, you know, get a gallon jug like this, you got a ton of fuel for a while. Anyway, that's it for now. I've been rambling for too long and probably bored you all to death, and you probably already left by now. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is Random Zelda Fan signing off.